Welcome, Biddy fam, to No One Daily Bitcoin Pod. In today's show, I'll be sharing the latest Bitcoin technical analysis as we're pumping back in the green. Also, breaking news. North Carolina senators introduces a bill to invest up to 10% of the public funds into Bitcoin. Also, 83% of institutions plan to put crypto allocations in 2025. That's according to Coinbase. We'll also be discussing the U.S. stablecoin bill likely in the next 2 months, according to Trump's Crypto Council head, as well as breaking news. Minnesota senator proposes the Bitcoin Act after going from skeptic to believer. We'll also be discussing Bitcoin will rally to 180,000 as investors become despondent, according to venture capitalist Don Tapiero. We'll be sharing his timeline. Also, 2.2 million in play. Ultra bullish Bitcoin prediction reiterated by the one and only high priest of Bitcoin, Max Keiser. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this, plus so much more in today's show. Welcome everyone to the live stream and make some noise. JV here live and in the flesh. Early stream today. We'll be an early stream tomorrow, and Friday we'll be back to our normal time of 4 p.m. Eastern. Welcome everybody. Let me know where you're tuned in from. As you know, this is live and interactive. Bitcoin's making a big move up. We are up over 3,000 on the day. Looks like we're about to retake 85,000. Big news incoming. So if you guys can repost the stream, I greatly appreciate it. This is a try stream. We're live on X, Rumble, and YouTube, and I will be streaming over the course of the next couple of hours. So spread the word. It's greatly appreciated. I'm going to go ahead and check the X feed right now. First and foremost, shout out to the high priest himself, Max Keiser. I greatly appreciate you reposting the stream. Shout out everyone in the chat: Warpaint, Chris, Trevor, Diana, Brian, Seven Laws, East Afro King. What it do, fam? Make some noise. We're officially pinned. So on X, we're pinned at the top of the profile, so you just find my profile. You'll notice it pinned at the top. All comments and quotes of the live stream will get reposted in real time. So thank you guys in advance. Let's get her ripping like the new Scottie Pippen. Shout out OG Bring Facts, Walter, and the rest of the fam. Keep the comments flowing. Let's get it.
Oh my gosh, it's finally almost here. JV is going to talk to us. Crypto news is near. I can't stand waiting. There is no debating. I waited all day. Maybe I need a life, but Bitcoin is all I can think about day and night. Hurry, JV.
Welcome everyone joining us. Shout out to the East Afro King, CNA now live. I went ahead and reposted everyone. Greatly appreciate it. I'll be checking the feed throughout the entire stream. All comments and quotes will get reposted and shouted out. Strike the gong for the pump. Yeah, let's send this mofo Biddy price back above 100 G's where it belongs. That was a hell of a gong strike right there. We're rising or raising vibration and consciousness one gong strike at a time. What it do, Warpaint? Good to have you here. He says my beard is looking strong. Is it looking strong? It's not even shaped up, brother. Friday I get the fresh cut. We'll have the fresh shape up. But anyways, I appreciate the compliment. Do even Bitcoin, bruh? Welcome to the Bitcoin show. Now listen up closely. Low key, stacking the BTC like Satoshi with the Nippinator and Master Roshi. Let's freaking go. Shout out Facts. Good to have you here, broski. Making higher highs like I'm smoking a Bluntsky. Shout out Seven Laws and happy 420 in advance. I have a lot of respect for Max Keiser, but he is dead wrong about Russia. Russia never wanted to de-dollarize. The U.S. government is forcing that insanity, says Peter. Well, I take it, Peter, you're Russian and you're living in Russia, right? Well, I appreciate you tuned in here. Shout out Max Keiser. Will be discussing the latest of what he has to share regarding the game theory, which in his opinion hasn't even begun yet. And he says with certainty it will begin, sending Bitcoin to 2.2 million per coin. Shout out Mexico Huddle, Palm Beach Island representing, Florida in the building. Greetings, peasants. Nipsonator. Yeah, give it up for the new chairman of the SEC. Since Gary stepped down, you're looking at the new boss. You know what I mean? That's right. There's only one Nippinator. You only get one, so show him some love. Shout out Captain Milo and Trevor Fay. I appreciate the repost, broskies. They wrote, the best live Bitcoin news around, period. Love the ZNA family. Thank you, brother. Trevor, JV is the best. Get a bitty news right now or get left behind. That's pretty much it, man. Look at the Nippinator. He feels offended. J Daddy Powell's about to send it. Oh, yeah. Is it 2 p.m.? Supposed to be, is it the FOMC big meeting? He's probably, they said 99% chance they announced they're not lowering rates and they will remain the same. So let's see. Maybe this is why the market's already reacting. We'll soon see, but I will be live during that time, so we'll be covering whatever the updates are. Of course, we'll be doing our technical analysis. I'll hit you all the headlines, all the news of what's going on. We'll be pulling up the charts here shortly and all that good stuff. I'm just, again, reposting everyone over on X. Freddie wrote, what's up, JV? Let's get it. Which country would be next to adopt a strategic Bitcoin reserve? Fantastic question. Will it be China? Will it be Russia? Will it be the UAE? You guys let me know. I am an American who now lives in Russia. Oh, okay, Peter, thank you. So I have a deep understanding of the Russian leadership, money, and their economy. I assume you had some Russian tie there, so I appreciate you sharing. Be funny if today a scam wick liquidates that $400 million short. I can't wait. What's the price action that gets them liquidated? Going to be volatile over the next few hours with the Powell speaking? Always is. Good point, Brian. Please store the tariffs on Canada. Pornhub's not working in Florida. End of the world. I would assume a VPN would solve your biggest problem of your life right now, Mexico Huddle. All I know is this. I got 99 problems. Biddy ain't one. Hit me. You guys are hilarious. So, yeah, man, you might have to find a new website or just quit that altogether, broski. Thank you, Captain Milo. Come see the best Bitcoin news around, period. The one and only JV. I appreciate it, brother. Just hit you with a repost. Come be a part of the fam. Shout out James Moliette. Appreciate you, brother. So, yeah, keep the comments flowing. I'm going to check comments from my other account, BTC News Alerts, repost y'all, and we'll begin with the news.
Oh, bring me up, bitty glow. Prize discovery, yeah, let it show. Bang, 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 like a B-52, we built a bitty.
Stacked revolutionary love shack.
I'm stacking sats like it's Max and Stacy. Stacking sats cause tax is crazy. I'm stacking sats cause the IMF hates me. Stacking sats cause the haters don't faze me.
No Diddy, no Jay-Z. Stacking the biddy like it's Nipsey and JV.
Stacking the biddy like it's paper and Chandy. Stacking BTC like caffeine in my canteen. Life is a game of chess that makes biddies the damn queen. Stacking BTC till they cancel me and I can't stream. Like Biggie, it was all a dream. Now the biddy has set me free.
Biddy up a doing. Shout out Chandy 10 Music, #1 Bitcoin music channel, hands down. Thank you, Fax. Just hit you with a repost. I think I officially reposted everyone from both accounts. Shout out Sergio as well. Keep the comments flowing. Lots to cover, so let's just dive right in. If you're new to the channel, very important to smash the likes. Go ahead and subscribe. We are the #1 daily Bitcoin pod, hands down. Then ring the bell. Turn on notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, 7 days a week, including hump days, just like this. Today is pod episode number, let's see here, 1938. I'm your host, JV. It's March 19th, 2025. We're finally back in the green, not just Bitcoin, but the overall crypto market, which is long overdue. We've had a very corrective past couple of weeks, to say the least. But let's kick it off with our market watch, as we do each and every day. Pretty little bitty going up. Trading above 84,700, up 3.6% on the day. Looking to recapture 85 G's, baby. Maybe while Jay Powell is speaking. We also have Ether up a whopping 8%. We haven't seen a price gain from Ether like that in a hot minute. Just trading above 2,000. XRP, major news. My understanding, according to Brad Garlinghouse, their CEO, they said that the SEC has, I think, dismissed or removed their appeal. So there's no more pending case with Ripple Labs versus the SEC. This is most likely why XRP is leading the pack, up 13% on the day, trading at $2.52. Cardano's up 7%. Solana up 7%. Just overall gains across the board. And checking out coinmarketcap.com. The current crypto market cap sitting at $2.79 trillion. The Biddy market cap $1.68 trillion. So both back on the rise. We have 84 billion worth of volume for the past 24 hours, meaning volume is up roughly 17% on the day. And the Bitcoin dominance back on the decline at 60.3%. Ether dominance back on the climb at 8.9%. Yesterday was 8.5%. And checking out top 100 crypto gainers past 24 hours. EOS. Remember Brock Pierce? I remember from the 2016-2017 bull run, that was like a big project, a top coin, and then we haven't heard of it in forever. Right now it's rated number 74, but it is leading the pack on the day, up 16%. Lido DAO up 13%, and Uniswap up over 12%. Which alts, if any, are you bullish on for this particular bull? Holla. And checking out the crypto bubbles, we get a visual perspective on the day. Good to see 95% of the market in the green, as yesterday 95% was in the red. And zooming out on the monthly so we get a broader perspective. Y'all must have forgot. Rex overall, alts are getting wrecked overall. As you can see, many of these top coins down 10, 20, 30, 40 plus percent, 95% of the market overall in the past 30 days in the red. And checking out the crypto greed and fear index. Today we're 32 Poindexter in fear. Yesterday 34, last week a 34, and last month a 51. Neutral. And checking out the time chain calendar. We currently have 161,508 blocks into the halving of 2028. You all know we had the previous halving in April of 2024. I believe it was on the 19th. Almost hit it on a 420. So close, broskies. And we're currently on block number 888,492, and you can currently exchange one fiat monopoly dollar for 1,188 sats. That's the divine number, an 11 and an 88. So let's freaking go. Stack the sats, put down the gats, and pick up some Bitcoin caps from my man Sergio over at bitcoincaps.net. And if you don't know, now you know, broskies. Let's get it. I smashed 21. That's all blackjack, baby. Cheers, family. The likes do help out a lot with the algorithm, so greatly appreciate it. Powell will have to answer a question about Bitcoin becoming a strategic reserve. Pump that motherfucker up. Chair Powell is a poop, shoot, face lizard. Spot on. Well said there, brother. SPY short squeeze coming. Retail is going heavy on the puts. 90% of the small order flows push the retail is going to get clapped. Bitcoin is about to explode. Pretty little bitty going up. Ahoy, JV and the pirate crew. Shout out, Greg. Good to have you here. Block number 888,888. Incoming. Send it. I still hold lot to cost, but says Trevor Fay. Thanks for sharing there, brother. And again, welcome everyone joining the live stream. Pretty little bitty back in the green. Up over 3,000 on the day. We have over 400 people currently on the stream. And again, there's a live stream, tri-stream. We're live on X, Rumble, and YouTube. And I will be streaming over the course of the next couple of hours. So spread the word, all comments and quotes on X of the live stream, which you'll notice pinned at the very top of the profile, will get reposted in real time. And also shout you guys out, and I can tell the CNA fam to follow you guys, repost your comments and quotes as well, and we can all help one another out. 43. What are you smoking there, Dusty Hunt? You mean 84? More like it. Laser Cat with his eyes on his sats. Bitalica in the building. Pump it up. It's a hell of a day, Mr. Relentless. Welcome to the live stream. Good to have you here. Shout out all the bitty baddies and the bitty broskies holding her down. But let's move on to our TA, aka astrology for the broskies. And we'll also be pulling up some of the live charts as we are on the rise. Bitcoin may recover to 90 G's, baby. Amid easing inflation concerns over the FOMC meeting, Jay Powell's supposed to be speaking by the top of the hour. So you've tuned into the right spot here. Bitcoin may stage a recovery above 60,000, which is approximately 5,000 above where we're currently sitting. Bitcoin over 2-month downtrend has raised numerous alarms that the current Bitcoin bull cycle may be over, broskies. Defying the theory of the 4-year cycle. I think not. Never once did I believe that this cycle was over at 109,000. I believe the next leg up is incoming, but I digress. Despite the widespread investor concerns, Bitcoin may be on track to a recovery above 90 G's. And we just hit the gong to send it to 100. Due to the easing inflation concerns of the U.S., according to Marcus Thielen, the CEO of the 10X Research, quoting the broski here, we can see some counter-trend rally as prices are oversold, and then there is a good chance that the Fed is mildly dovish. This is not a major bullish development, rather some fine-tuning from the policymakers. We think the biddy will be in a broader consolidation range, but we could trade back towards 90 G's, baby. Let me know if you agree. Investor confidence may also be improved by this Fed Jay Powell's comments. Incoming here at the top of the hour, Powell also expressed doubts about the sustained inflationary impact of Trump's tariffs, referencing the 2019 scenario where tariff-related inflation was temporary and the Fed eventually cut the rates 3 times. While we proceed to cut the mustard, they cut the cheese. Meanwhile, investors are eagerly awaiting the FOMC meeting coming up here at the top of the hour. Traders and investors will be watching for hints about the ending of the Fed's quantitative easing, a move that can boost liquidity on risk assets. The upcoming Fed decision could play a major catalyst for further movements. If Chair Powell spreads his dovish wings, Bitcoin could take flight on renewed bullish momentum. However, persistent inflation concerns or affirmation of a tight financial condition such as elevated interest rates or continued liquidity tighten could limit the upside potential. As I mentioned earlier, there's a 99% chance, according to the markets, that they're pricing in the chance the Fed will keep the interest rates exactly the same and there will be no drop. If there is a drop, it'd be even that much more bullish, but y'all already know. And breaking news was pretty awesome as far as game theory state adoption. North Carolina senators introduced a bill to invest up to 10% of the funds into pretty little bitty. Let's frickin' go. And I promised to pull up some of the live charts, so let's do that really quick before we start diving into the headlines and the latest news. Live chart action Jackson satisfaction brought up here. This is via Coinbase, via TradingView. You're looking at the 1 hour chart. We do have a green bull target sitting at 94.5, which is pretty lit. And then there's some bear targets, including one sitting at 79.420 and 420. Happy 420, broskies. And zooming out for the 4 hour, as you can see right here, the 4 hour chart has a rising wedge formation sensation. Also a green bull sitting at 113.7. Current price discovery sits at 109. And the next leg up, in my opinion, will probably blow right past 120,000, and I'll show you what I'm talking about on the weekly chart when we get there. We also have a bull target of 107.3, which takes us right back on the cusp of price discovery, which is really where we got to be. That's the place to be. Stack the BTC, and checking out the daily chart, it says it's going up forever, Laura. And there's a rising wedge formation here as well. On the daily, there's also a falling wedge bull target of 114.7, which you can see on your screen. And then we got one, I believe, at 113.7, a double bottom pattern. And zooming out from the daily, we take a look at the weekly. And as you can see, we have the 124 cup and handle target. In my opinion, that's the next leg up. It's going to be somewhere between 120 and 130,000 once we can re-enter price discovery. And let's see if we can turn this month of March into a green candle close. As you can see, we've had some very corrective candles over the previous weeks, but time will tell. And we do get a new weekly close, obviously, on Sunday. And zooming out a little further, we take a quick look at the monthly. And November is the most bullish candle close we've had yet. That's the green Godzilla candle you see on your screen. Then that was November. Then December, we had a itty bitty red candle close. January back in the green. February was a big red close. Unfortunately, we'll see how March plays out as we have less than a couple of weeks left to go. And with that being shared, and there you have it. Welcome again, everyone joining the live stream. Bitcoin Daily, RSI, the long MACD histogram, bullish divergence, DMI press bottom, flashing green. Expect a solid positive rally, perhaps a retest of 96 and beyond. 100K. Send it. JV, how does the price of gold keep going up when they keep finding more? Go figure. Yeah, I got one word. Shenanigans. That's my state. That's what's up, Bitalica. I must be referring to North Carolina. Dips are a gift. Well said, brother. I already have Bitcoin, but I was thinking on getting some of the second best. Do you know what is the second best, Pablo? Exactly. Let's hear from Michael Saylor.
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay. What's the second best? There is no second best.
I'm not saying I'm number one. I'm sorry, I lied. I'm number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
There's no second best crypto asset. There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right?
And it goes da-doing, doing, doing. Shout out Dragons Den. Shout out Buzzhead. Again, I'm checking the X feed. You're going to notice my stream pinned at the top of the profile. Anyone who comments or quotes will get reposted. And I encourage the CNA fam to do the same thing. Let's repost each other's comments and quotes and blow this mofo up, which I do from both of my accounts each and every day. If you guys can do the same thing, it'll help out tremendously. So thank you guys in advance. We call them poor. Precisely, war paint. Howdy from South Carolina, Pam Powers. Good to have you here. Shout out Dr. Crypto. Shout out to the one and only Oracle. She's predicting a new all-time high this month. I'll definitely strike the gong for that. New all-time highs in play. Send it.
Going, let's video, babe. Bang, bang on the door, baby, never let it fade. Auto house strong, yeah, we built it this way. No one to hold 'em, yeah, we're holding, never folding.
I've always been a rapper, honky cracker, but now I'm a pastor, Bitcoin stacker. Now I'm a master of the Bitcoin standard. Hit 'em up faster than the Bitcoin panda. You can't touch me with your shitcoin flow. Like, do you even Bitcoin, bruh?
Let me know.
Welcome to the Bitcoin show. Now listen up closely, low-key, stacking BTC like Satoshis. In El Salvador with my Bitcoin broskies, raising up the video like Gohan. Living in a huddle house, we're not the pawns.
And again, welcome everyone joining us. Good to be here today. Let's get it. You're having a bitgasm. I love it, Bitfinger. Litecoin is second best as Dr. Crypto. Listen to KRS-One already. Yeah, I ain't saying I'm number one. I'm sorry, I lied. I'm number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Precisely. If the Oracle says it, I believe it. New all-time highs in play each and every day. 100K, 6 figs all day. 100K, Bitcoin, babe. 100K, Bitcoin Super Saiyan. Bitcoin Super Saiyan. Stacking BTC like I'm in the ball league. Stacking BTC like it's Dragon Ball Z. Stacking BTC like Gohan versus Satoshi. Stacking BTC fast as Master Roshi. Stacking BTC like Max on RT. Set the Keiser report free. Set the Keiser report free. And shout out Max Keiser. Yeah, man. Again, welcome everyone joining us. What to do? That's a serious prediction, says Greg to the Oracle. I'm not saying that it's not impossible, but that is crazy. Just because you're crazy does not make you wrong. Bring it. That's a challenge. Sender. Let's go. And again, welcome. Gold is proof of work in the physical world. Bitcoin is the digital. That's right, gold. If you guys missed the memo, I think it was yesterday, it surpassed 3,000 an ounce, which is a new all-time high. And Peter Schiff's like trying to rub that in everyone's face. Like, look, guys, if you would have only invested in gold this year instead of Bitcoin. And then I saw Bring Facts had to straighten them out and be like, yo, let's look at the 16-year trajectory of gold versus Bitcoin. Bitcoin's only up like 150 million%, Peter Schiff. So who cares about your 10 or 20% gains? Nobody cares. And that's pretty precise. Precisely said, JV. Cheers, fam. Send it. This is the month. By the way, pretty little bitty going up. Welcome everyone to the live stream. Over 700 people here, live and in the flesh. I appreciate all the support. Let's continue with some of the headlines here. Now we got the TA out of the way. Headline reads, 83% of the institutions plan to up crypto allocations this year. And that's according to the Coinbase, the largest exchange here in the States. That's right. Already nearly 3/4 of firms surveyed said they hold cryptos other than Biddy and Ether. And a significant majority said they plan to boost their allocations to 5% or more in their portfolios. Why so bearish? They're motivated by the view that cryptocurrencies represent the best opportunity to generate attractive risk-adjusted returns over the next 3 years. Coinbase, the U.S.'s largest crypto exchange, and EY Prenthian, a consultancy based on findings and interviews with more than 350 institutional investors in January, and amongst the institutional altcoin holdings, XRP and Solana are the most popular, according to the survey. Altcoin holdings could rise even further if U.S. regulators approve planned ETFs listed for this year. Asset managers are awaiting the green light from the U.S. SEC. But guess what? Your new chairman is Nippinator. Gensler resigned on Inauguration Day, January 20th, and the Nippinator is your new chairman of the SEC. So it's up to him to make this decision. Sorry, Gary. It is what it is. But anyways, on March 17th, the CME Group, the largest derivatives exchange, launched futures contracts tied to Solana, marking a significant step towards institutional adoption of the alt. Now, meanwhile, stablecoins continue to see the institutional uptake. 84% of the respondents either holding stablecoins or exploring doing so. My question to you as a retail investor, do you hold any stablecoins? I'm going to assume you don't, because what would be the benefit of holding a stablecoin when you can just have it in Bitcoin and benefit from the price increase? But I digress. I think a lot of retail that are maybe in third world countries where their local fiat currency is collapsing is going to be heavily using stable coins because they don't want the value of their fiat to go to zero. And this is very popular in countries in Africa and things like that. But anyways, according to the report, we're speaking institutions here. They are using stable coins for a variety of cases beyond just facilitating crypto transactions, including generating yield and foreign exchange, internal cash management, and external payments. In December, investment bank Citi says stablecoin adoption will accelerate on-chain activity, including decentralized finance. The survey found 24% of institutional investors currently use DeFi platforms, but that figure is expected to grow to nearly 75% over the next couple of years. Wow. So institutions are attracted to DeFi for many reasons, citing derivatives, staking, lending as the use case are most interested in, closely followed by access to alts, cross-border settlements, as well as yield farming. And speaking of stablecoins, next up, we'll be discussing the U.S. stablecoin bill, likely in the next couple of months, according to Trump's crypto council head. And if you don't know, now you know. I always send them to the Bitcoin versus gold monthly charts. When the gold ducks, quacks BS. Well, smart man there. I appreciate that. I keep the Bitcoin under that. The world does not need to know. Well said there. What Bitcoin? I don't know what you're talking about. Just remember why Bitcoin was created in the first place to circumvent the government. Fiat, central banks, market control. Bitcoin does not need them. But you're welcome to the motherfucking party. I don't hold any stables, says the Golden Eagle. Thanks for the heads up. Yeah, but the Bitcoiners hating on gold doesn't make sense either, though. Well, let's play fair. A lot of Bitcoiners look at Bitcoin as superior to gold because it is. It appreciates faster than gold, which it has been doing for the past 16 years. It's unconfiscatable, unlike gold. It's more divisible than gold, as one Bitcoin could be divided by 100 million Satoshis. It's borderless, meaning it's not going to get confiscated if you were to travel with it. You can theoretically have $5 billion on a cold storage device. Remember the passphrase. You can literally burn your device so it doesn't exist, so it's impossible for any human being or lizard folk to ever steal it. And you can go to any country in the world because you remember your 12 or 24 word key phrase. In my opinion, that's way superior. It's also the greatest store of value to ever exist, and I didn't even bring up scarcity. Gold, relatively scarce, but they can always invest more into digging more up from the earth. There seems to be an infinite supply in the earth or in the water. Elon claims there's infinite gold out there on Mars. I don't believe in all of that, but nonetheless, I do believe they can always continue to find more gold, and which is what they do each and every year, which can help control the prices. Bitcoin, finite limited supply. There can only ever be 21 million in existence. So Bitcoin has something called true scarcity, making it perfect money, the perfect store of value, and pristine collateral. You can't say the same for gold. Is gold superior than fiat? Well, of course. It's too easy to print the fiat out of thin air. But what's up with the Fort Knox gold? Are we going to do an audit? Does the gold exist there? Right? What's really going on? And how much fool's gold exists out there? And how much derivatives of the gold market, and meaning gold of which doesn't even exist, which is being traded through derivatives? There's a lot of corruption. These markets are very controlled of the gold market, hence why I don't trust it, and hence why it's capped right now at 3,000 and why it's not 30,000. There's a reason one Bitcoin is 84,000. It's superior than gold, which is only 3,000 an ounce. But there's my argument. Feel free to come back. I honestly feel like it's not necessary to invest in gold anymore. Lord, thank you for another beautiful day. Keep us healthy, humble, and grateful. Bless JV and the CNA fam. Right back at you, war paint. $1 a sat. Let's go. That means 100 million per biddy. Bring it. Just looked. I have $83 in Ether. That is hilarious. Bitcoin versus gold since Bitcoin's inception 16 years ago, up 150 million%. Gold in the same period, up approximately 220%. So yeah, so if you ask a Bitcoiner, why do you love gold or love Bitcoin but not gold? exactly what Greg said. Numbers don't lie. Check the scoreboard. I'd rather have volatility of 150 million% gain over 220% over the past 16 years. Easy peasy. I'm moving to El Salvador. Are you really? When did you make that decision, Oracle? I agree that Bitcoin is better, but gold is hard money and is proof of real work to get it. Well, at least you agree Bitcoin is better. That's the bigger picture. We can all agree on that. You can never use your Bitcoin from your phone. Gold, you can't. Auto pen equals infinite money printing. So is the auto pen pretty much like how Biden was signing all the executive orders? It wasn't even his real signature. They're just like bada boom, bada bing, bada boom, bada Bitcoin.
Going, let's be up, hey, bang, bang on the door, baby, never let it fade. Heart on how strong, yeah, we built it this way, know when to hold 'em, yeah, we're holding, never folding.
Bitcoin's dripping like a new Scottie Pippen 80 G's. We're royalty, bitty kings and queens, manifesting the kingdom that's finally come. Playing chess moves, checkmate, we won.
We're raising the roof in El Salvador. Freedom flows, IMF can't
Hold us no more.
Stacking BTC like Tate versus the BBC. Stacking the biddy like BTC OGs.
That's right. Stacking the biddy on Lightning with no fees. Stack the biddy like Snoop Dogg rolls weed. Stack the biddy like Scarface with a nosebleed. I'm like Shinobi, nobody knows me. Move 1 million in physical gold globally. Good luck. Move 1 million in Bitcoin globally. Unhackable and settled in less than 10 minutes. That's right, because with Bitcoin, the transaction is the motherfucking settlement. Take that, gold bugs. JV, it's nice to be diversified. Word up, Joe. I just feel when you believe in something so much, do you really need diversification? Like, does Michael Saylor need to be diversified with his $50 billion approximately worth of Bitcoin or 500,000 Bitcoin? Does he need to be diversified into silver or gold? I don't think so. I think he's doing a fine job. When you find the right thing, you find the right thing. Who cares about diversification? But I also understand never keep all your eggs in the same basket. But there's exceptions to the rule. So keep that in mind. Not investment advice. Everything I share on this stream is for entertainment purposes only. So with that being said, are you not entertained? I like gold. I have a 14,223 gram Cuban link. I paid $1,200 now. We're 12 grand. Not bad. Well done. I have some gold jewelry, which is up as well. I'll also buy an 812 Ferrari. Let's go, Rari. I think owning gold is a lesser shitcoin than owning a house. Maybe. I think it depends. Whatever I can make money on, says Joe. I don't know how that's possible when Pocahontas is 100% bullshit. Nothing wrong with that at all, says the Oracle. But anyways, let's continue with the news here, family. Let's discuss stablecoins. With the White House here, U.S. stablecoin bill likely in the next couple of months, which would ultimately mean within the next 60 days. Bo Hines, executive director of the President Council of Advisors of Digital Assets, said comprehensive stablecoin legislation is expected to be finalized in the coming months, underscoring the government's urgency to maintain the U.S. dollar's dominance in on-chain activity. My only concern here with this whole stablecoin thing with the U.S., I mean, if they create their own stablecoin, in my opinion, it's just cleverly disguised as a central bank digital currency, as a stablecoin is ultimately a central bank digital currency. Now, if they just adopted like Tether's USDT, I would 100% trust that because I feel they're the good guys. They're, Bitcoin advocates, but I feel if they're going to invent their own stablecoin, I'm super sus with that. But that's just me personally. Let me know your thoughts. Speaking at the Digital Asset Summit in New York, Hines says stablecoin legislation is imminent following the Senate Banking Committee's approval of the Genius Act last week. The Genius Act, which is an acronym for Guiding and Establishing National Innovation for U.S. Stablecoins, establishes collateralization guidelines for stablecoin issuers and requires full compliance with anti-money laundering, tax avoidance. We saw the vote come out of the Senate Banking Committee extremely bipartisan fashion, which was fantastic to see, quoting Hines here. I think our colleagues on the other side of the aisle also recognize the importance of the U.S. dominance in this space, and they're working or willing to work with us here. And that's what's really exciting about this. There's not many issues in Washington, D.C., in which folks can come together from both sides of the aisle and really propel the United States forward in a way that's comprehensive. So they're saying both sides are in agreement to potentially actually, the CBDC. When asked about when stablecoin legislation will be passed, Hines said, I think the stables could be on the president's desk here within the next couple of months. Right now, the market seems to be underestimating what this bill could do for the U.S. economy in terms of the U.S. dollar dominance, in terms of the payment rails, and in terms of altering the course of financial markets. As you know, the U.S. dollar accounts for the vast majority of the $230 billion worth of stablecoins currently in circulation, suggesting the greenback remains the currency of choice for funding crypto accounts and sending remittances overseas. Some industry experts believe this will change in the future as stablecoins become multi-currency, but so far, digital dollars remain the overwhelming favorite. U.S. Treasury Secretary said that Trump's administration will use stablecoins to maintain the dollar status as the global reserve currency, which partly explains the sense of urgency to push legislation over the finish line. Quoting him here from the Crypto Summit on March 7th, alongside Trump, we are going to put a lot of thought into the stablecoin regime. As President Trump has directed, we are going to keep the U.S. dollar the dominant reserve currency in the world, and we will use stablecoins to do that. And there you have it, yo. Let me know your thoughts with the White House adopting the stablecoin bill. Do you think it'll happen within the next 60 days, as it does seem to be a top priority? Do let me know. Just like Nippinator, new chairman of the SEC, got a top priority right now. You already know, broskies. I refinanced my mortgage and lowered my payment by 100, lowered by 35 basis points. My interest rate's down to 2 points. Damn! So you're able to refi and get a 2.6% interest rate. That's phenomenal. Stack the biddies like episode of the Crypto News Alerts with JV. Cheers. Remember, you can liquidate physical gold and gold stocks on the spot. Try liquidating a house on the spot. You're tied to the market. That, you got a great point there, Mexico Hodl. It is hard to get rid of a house, and there's a lot of costs associated with that. So you definitely make a good point there. I own 16 apartments in Mexico that I rent out. Houses were meant to be rented out, not to live in. They're a liability and a business. Yeah, that's true. I also have $230,000 in equity. I only owe $100,000 left. And that's awesome, Oracle. Happy to hear that went well. That's a pretty phenomenal interest rate there you got. And again, welcome everyone join the stream. Over 900 people here, live and in the flesh, breaking down all the latest biddy news. Early stream here today. Shout out Glenn Cooper. Shout out In God I Trust. Good to have you guys here. I'm just going to repost you guys. Appreciate the support. And that's right. We did cross the Bitcoin singularity. Bitcoin news live right now. Get in where you fit in or forever hold your peace. My master thesis is nobody could see this. Bitcoin genius. I got it sewn like a seamstress. Messing with JV is like playing chess without the pieces. You feel me? Houses are supposed to be lived in, says the Golden Eagle. Well, that's why I live in my house. That's for sure. Michael Saylor. Well, this is a spoof account. It's not his. Gold has officially surpassed 3,000, pushing its market cap beyond 20 trillion. When Bitcoin reaches the same milestone, each Bitcoin will be worth 1 million. 1 million per coin. Stay patient. Never sell your Bitcoin. Of course not. You would never sell your biddy, or that'd be a massive mistake.
Stacking BTC on Lightning with no fees. Stacking BTC like Snoop Dogg rolls weed. Stacking BTC like Scarface with a nosebleed. Stacking BTC like Shinobi, nobody knows me. Stacking BTC like everyone owes me. Stacking BTC like Max and John McAfee. Stacking BTC, accumulating stats so rapidly, so happily. Stacking BTC so casually, no casualties of galaxies around Earth fallacies. Stacking BTC on a flat Earth with no gravity. Stacking BTC, cause Bitcoin is your majesty. Let's biddy up, babe.
Bang, bang on the door, baby, never let it fade. Hollow house strong, yeah, we built it this way, know when to hold 'em.
Yeah, we're holding, never folding. And of course, shout out Chandy 10 Music for producing these epic jams. Let's go. I most certainly do a concentration on certain assets that are not a liability and assets that are a liability. And I have a small exposure in right on Joe. Never sell, only borrow against. Yeah, Bitcoin banks. We discussed one of our stories yesterday, Zappo. Unfortunately, not for U.S. residents, but they have some Bitcoin back loan products, which they just rolled out. Also, Coinbase more recently rolled out some Bitcoin back loan products. So they're coming. I live on Palm Beach Island, 7 blocks north of Mar-a-Lago. Well, tell the Trumpster Nippinator said hello. Houses are risks on in a war, and there are always many wars. This is true. Good point there. Also, weather can be a disaster for a house. You get hit with a tornado. Good luck. It's worth it. It gives me the option to miss the second payment of the month when I need to. Word up. And again, welcome everyone joining the live stream. We got a jam-packed session here. Greatly appreciate everyone who's supporting the stream. Shout out Bitalica. We're in the green. Come join the CNA fam. And I think what we'll do today, when we're done with the news, we'll flip it into a pump watch and jam out to Chandy Jams because we are still up 2,400 on the day. And in about 15 minutes, I think Jay Powell makes the big announcements with the interest rate. So we'll see how the market reacts to the news. So that'll be fun. So spread the word. Let people know. Thank you again. In God I trust. I appreciate it. And again, if you guys can comment or quote the live stream, you'll notice it pinned at the very top of the profile. It only helps. I mean, pretty phenomenal. We got 19 hearts and 20 reposts. So I'm going to be the 21st one to repost. That's a blackjack, baby. You already know. But yeah, let's continue with the news. Pretty little bitty going up. Let's discuss this Bitcoin Act. And if you don't know, act like you know. Minnesota senator proposes the Bitcoin Act after going from a skeptic to a believer. That's right. Minnesota State Senator Jeremy Miller introduced the Minnesota Bitcoin Act when he drafted it after completely chasing his stance or changing it on the biddy. Quoting him here, as I do more research on crypto and hear from more and more constituents, I am gone from being highly skeptical to learning more about it to believing in Bitcoin and other cryptos. He shared that yesterday, March 18th. Miller said the bill aims to promote prosperity for Minnesotans by allowing the Minnesota State Board of Investment to invest in state assets into Bitcoin and other cryptos, just as it invests in traditional assets. Several other U.S. states have introduced similar Bitcoin buying bills, with 23 states having introduced legislation to create a Bitcoin reserve according to Bitcoin laws. So you can see a total of 35 states. In all, strategic Bitcoin reserves introduced to 23 of them. I don't know if it's the bigger number or the littler number. It's a little confusing here. But anyways, it's coming. Total of 39 different bills. Okay, 39 bills from 23 different U.S. states. Under Miller's bill, Minnesota state employees would be able to add Bitcoin and other cryptos to their retirement accounts, giving people easier access to it. It would also give residents the option to pay state taxes or fees with Bitcoin, which I don't anticipate really anyone doing. Colorado and Utah already accept crypto for tax payments, while Louisiana allows it for state services. Investment gains from Bitcoin and other cryptos would also be exempt from state income taxes. There's a silver lining. In the U.S., up to $10,000 paid to the state can be deducted from federal taxes under the state and local tax deduction, but any amount beyond that is subject to both state and federal tax obligations. The increasing number of the U.S. states proposing Bitcoin reserve bills following Senator Lummis's July Strategic Bitcoin Reserve Act, which directs the federal government to buy 200,000 Bitcoin annually over 5 years, totaling 1 million Bitcoin total. And we all know Michael Saylor recently at the White House summit proposed Trump and his administration to purchase up to 5.5 million Bitcoin, which is approximately 25% of the supply, which makes Lummis's proposal look extremely bearish, right? However, March 12th, Lummis proposed a newly introduced Bitcoin Act, allowing the government to potentially hold more than 1 million Bitcoin as part of its newly established reserve. That's definitely a good amendment. In my opinion, you don't want to limit how much Bitcoin you can have. Bitcoin has shown significant gains compared to traditional assets in recent years. From August of 2011 to January 2025, Bitcoin posted a compound annual growth rate of 102%. That's for 14 consecutive years on average, compared to the S&P's 14%, according to Curvo data, as outlined here in the chart. Numbers don't lie. Check the scoreboard. And if you don't know, now you know. And again, welcome everyone to the stream. Next up, we'll be discussing Dan Tapiero's calling for Bitcoin to soar to 180,000. I'll be sharing his timeline. Then the latest update from Max Keiser surrounding his 2.2 million biddy price prediction and the latest from the high priest. Joe says, so glad I loaded up on XRP and the SEC. This is going to announce the lawsuit has been dropped. I believe Garlinghouse already announced it being dropped. That's probably why XRP is up 15% on the day. Golden Eagle says, Joe, throw it in the trash. I agree, it's a shit coin. I only want to make profit and then take that profit to buy more of the biddy, says Joe. Today was my mom's birthday. Happy birthday to your mom, Warpaint. I miss her so much. Love you, mama. This gong strike is for your mama, Warpaint. Love and light. Never saw the allure of XRP, says Steve. Me neither, except to make more Bitcoin. Well, I guess if it goes in your favor, hypothetically, some people bought XRP at the top in 2017, and XRP has yet to return to its all-time high from 2 cycles ago. So keep that in mind. So, I mean, be careful out there with trading, because we always have ideas of we're going to do this and I'm trading the magical secret altcoin. Obviously, I'm just trying to double up on my Bitcoin, but it can have the polar opposite effect. And I'm not saying that's happening to you, but this tends to happen with a lot of altcoiners. They're like, yeah, I'm just only involved in the altcoins because I'm trying to double, triple up, quadruple my Bitcoin. And then what happens is they end up losing all of their altcoin and having less Bitcoin in the end. So that's why I always say stress caution when trading highly risky speculative assets. With Bitcoin, in my opinion, there's no risk if you're going to hold it for the long term. Like I say, hold it for 8 years. I even understand that any broski who has been holding Bitcoin for 4 years or longer is in the green, meaning an entire cycle. But I say double that. If you're going to hold Bitcoin in the first place, have at least an 8-year trajectory, right? And it could be life-changing potentially. I know it has been for myself. Time of the market, not timing the market. The secret to a happy life, broskies. There you go. XRP is a very small portion of my portfolio. Right on. Would you say 1%, 5%? Let me know. And yeah, again, welcome everyone joining us. We got close to 1,100 people on the live stream, and we're about to dive into our featured story of the day. Let's go. Thank you, Glenn Cooper, on the comments on In God I Trust is repost. Just hit you with a repost. Dragon Zen, we're all Satoshi. That's right, brother. We are all Satoshi. Thanks, homie. I just hit you with a repost. Bada boom. Blackjack, baby. Thank you, SS. That's right. We're a mix of aces and perfect tens. We're blackjacks. We don't bend. We hodl, winning, hands to the end. Shout out Chandy on those lyrics right there. And thank you again, Bitalica and the rest of the fam. Keep the comments flowing. I'm going to go ahead and repost you guys from my secondary account, and then we'll dive into our feature story of the day. Health equals wealth. Amen to that. Joe, 3%, right on. Bitcoin plus tacos plus Modelo, a special plus sloppy cabeza equals, or plus a panocha equals happiness, according to Mexicano. He's got it all figured out. Feature story of the day. That's right.
Bitcoin glow, stack it up, let it show. Price discovery, patience, game on, let's go. Biddy up, Roger out. We're changing the world, there's no doubt.
Biddy up, Roger out. And the Nippinator we trust. Exactly. If they're going to continue to use fiat, they're going to have to change that. And the dollar bill and the Nippinator we trust. I heard some rumors they were going to put the Trumpster, I think, on a $100 bill or something like that. I don't know if that has any accuracy, but I saw that floating around the other day. Or it may have been a new bill they invent, if not the $100 bill. Maybe a $1,000 bill with all the inflation. Maybe it's time. I don't know. Let us know. Yep, shout out Shandy 10. We're loving the music. The greatest bitty music to exist. The greatest AI music to exist. The Nippinator. You gotta keep them nippinating. Keeping them nippinating. You guys see they dropped the JFK secret documents. I'm not going to discuss it on YouTube, but when we end the YouTube transmission, we'll talk about it if you like. And yeah, and like I said, we're going to flip this into a pump watch when we're done with our feature story, which we're about to dive into. So again, if you guys can comment or quote the live stream on X, we can repost it. We can orange pill more of the masses and hack the algorithm all at the same time. So let's go. There used to be a $1,000 bill. Really? I've never seen one. So that'd be interesting if there was. I also saw something of like a Harriet Tubman on a imaginary bill. I don't think is real, but I'm not sure. They've always had a $1,000 bill, JB. Wow. Always? I've never seen one. Ever. And I'm 42 years old. So shows how much I get around. Voltaire, famous French philosopher, stated back in 1720, all fiat currency always returns to its intrinsic value, big fat zero. Well said, brother. Well said. But anyways, you guys ready to tap into our feature story of the day? Let me know if you're ready. If you're ready, is Nip ready? Maybe we'll strike the gong one more time and we'll get this mofo started just to chase the lizard folks out if they're watching. Wow. So the Oracle has held 2 in her life. Yeah, now I'm intrigued. Someone look it up and tell me who's on it. I'm anxious. Like, who the hell did they put on the $1,000 bill? And has anyone else ever held one or seen one? Because for me, it feels like Bigfoot. Like, I'm sure Bigfoot is real, but it's hard to prove it. You just can't find the best photos out there. There used to be a $100,000 bill? What? Grover Cleveland? Who the hell is that? The first president to serve 2 non-consecutive terms? Grover. I thought that was a Sesame Street character. Just like Trump, who is the second president to serve 2 non-consecutive terms. Wow. Grover. 100,000. Never seen one of those. Shit. I'd love to get my hands on one. Nah, it'd probably be the stupidest thing to own one of those. With inflation, every year it'd be worth another 10,000 less. Alexander Hamilton, are you saying he's on the $1,000 bill? I knew it. They aren't making him anymore. Still, so I would assume they're maybe worth more if they're that rare, like a collectible something. Obviously not going to be as rare as Bitcoin. But what do I know? History lesson. Yeah, well, where's the $1 million bill? I think Nipinator deserves to be up there. If you're going to put someone up there, I vote Nip. You probably have to go to a coin shop to get one of those. I wasn't lurking. I just woke up from a nap. Lurker! Caught her red-handed. Welcome, Chandy. We summoned you. We're just giving you credit for all your incredible music. So glad you're here. Chandy in the building. We're in the motherfucking building. Love and light. Biddy baddies. Gather around. Feature story of the day. Coming soon to a live stream near you. Thank you, Diana, for the repost and the comment. Just hit you with a repost right back. DBM Academy, Sats Badger. Let's go. Better late than never. Harry Balls. Now we officially have a show. Thank you, Harry. But anyways. Oh, yeah. Did we do Dan Tapiero yet? Shit. We have 2 more stories to go. My apologies. I thought I was skipping ahead here. Next story, Dan Tapiero is calling for 180,000 in play. Let's break this down, and then we'll get to Max Keiser's 2.2 million target and his latest. So here we go. Dan Tapiero says he remains long-term bullish on the Biddy as he's seen Bitcoin fall by around 24% from the all-time high. We recorded Inauguration Day. It was Jan 20th. We hit the 109.3 current top. In a new interview with the Wolf of Wall Street, Tapiero says Bitcoin could appreciate by around 117% from the current level after a period of trading sideways. Quoting the man here, I always expected us to spend months consolidating around 100,000. I think we're going to chop back up and forth between 70 and 100 to digest all this news. And at some point, we're going to be head back up. And I have had this 180,000 target in mind for a while. And on when Bitcoin will reach the coveted 180,000 price target, here's what the man had to say. I know some people have been more aggressive, but I think this bull phase, we can hit 180,000 this year or potentially early next year. But I'm thinking more this year. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the analysts. And according to Dan, Bitcoin has posted positive returns from its mid-2023 levels, urging investors to zoom out and not get caught up by the current correction, as he shares here. So it is just the way the markets work, right? You got 85 or 90% of the bulls up at 100,000, and now you're down at, what is it, 15%. And people are despondent, and they think the world is over, and yet it's at 80,000, which is still up, 2x, 3x from 18 months ago. It's pretty incredible. And there you have it. Coming from Dan Tapiero. Let me know if you agree or disagree. 180 G's in play, 2025. Holla at your boy. I'll reiterate my targets, and then we'll dive into our feature story of the day with the high priest of Biddy. Max Keiser calling for 2.2 million. JV's personal targets, bear scenario, 222, right in alignment with Bring Facts. This year, 2025, cycle peak. Base case, 420. Yes, I am base for the broskies. And bull scenario, 1.1 million. And there you have it. Let me know if you guys agree, disagree. Holla at your boy. And let's go. But anyways, yeah, I'll give everyone a moment. Over 1,200 people here, close to 1,300. Again, we're live on X Rumble and YouTube, and it is a try stream. 222, let's go. Game on. Strike the gong. Sweet Biddy McGee is here. Shout out all of our Biddy baddies holding it down here at the CNA Cafe. Let's go. Let me tell you something. Read Greg's last comment. You got it. Oops, my bust. Grover was on the 1,000 US dollar. Woodrow Wilson was on the 100,000. Now, my understanding, put my conspiracy cap on, Woodrow Wilson sold out all of Americans, right? Something to do with the Fed. Something he signed that basically he was a traitor and we all got screwed. I take it maybe we moved from the gold standard or something. I don't know. I don't know all my history so well. I didn't pass that class in school. But then again, the history they teach you in school is never accurate to begin with. So I keep my conspiracy cap on. You keep the tinfoil hat on just in case. But you guys let me know. I just remember when I watched Zeitgeist when I was a lot younger, they threw that guy, Woodrow Wilson, under the bus saying he sold us out, all of Americans. So screw him. Maybe it's good we don't have his bill anymore. Got to go find me a Biddy baddie. 7 laws. Oh, snap. 222. Send it. Let's go. Yeah, but Nippinator, $1 million bill, they're going to need it. How are you going to buy eggs in the future without $1 million fiat note? And you might as well have Nip on there with the eggs and like the Bitcoin rooster dragon. Or yeah, maybe they just use the mystical creature. Maybe we use that on the $1 million bill so people can afford bread and eggs. You just, use the Bitcoin Rooster Dragon bill. Makes sense if we're going to stick to fiat, of course. Personally, I don't mind if we move away from the fiat standard. The Woodrow Wilson 100K bill was never in circulation. Oh, it was used only to X for gold reserves. By the way, central banks equal a scam. Pretty low money printer go, brr. There you go. Is J-Pal speaking right now? It is 2:00. They told me yesterday that he was going to be speaking at the FOMC at around this time. So let's see how the markets react. And again, after our feature story, we'll flip it into a pump watch and we'll jam out to some Chandy Jams and we can see how the markets are reacting to the updates. Sound good? Let me know. I'm going to check the X feed one more time. Again, it's a try stream. All comments and quotes will get reposted. Thank you, Glenn. Just hit you with a repost. Greatly appreciate that. But anyways, without further ado, now let's dive into our featured story of the day. 2.2 million Bitcoin in play. Ultra bullish Bitcoin prediction voiced by the one and only high priest of the Biddy, Max Keiser. So we're going to break down this brand new article, but let's first start with the tweet which sparked it. Bitcoin is unique in the world and history of money and finance, and that by definition there is and can never be a single point of failure. It doesn't matter how much Bitcoin MicroStrategy buys, now known as Strategy B, they can never change the protocol, referring they can never change the Bitcoin protocol. In fact, they favor protocol obfuscation. Game theory has not kicked in yet. 100% guaranteed it will. 2.2 million Bitcoin in play. And this is coming from the bishop of Bitcoin himself, the one and only high priest, Max Keiser. This was posted this morning at 9:30 a.m. You can see the timestamp, March 19th. Already got close to 17,000 views. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the high priest. You already know he coined the term game theory as well, I should say the global hash war, and made it very popular amongst the discussion in this space. So you got to give credit where credit is due. Back when everybody wrote off the United States and countries ever adopting Bitcoin, central banks, governments around the world, Max said no, they're going to, because they're going to have to. In fact, he predicted everything which is taking place right now, which is pretty remarkable. Now, the Bitcoin libertarian put, Bitcoin is unstoppable. The game theory is just beginning. And I agree with that. I believe when the true game theory kicks in, Bitcoin is going to be experiencing God candles, Omega candles, like it ain't no thing. And also more recently, this was actually published back in December. For the first time, Max Keiser upped his target from 220,000 to 2.2 million in play. But let's start with the most recent publication. And again, shout out to the high priest, Max Keiser. He revealed that no single or several entities can control Bitcoin regardless how much they buy. Because someone, a lot of Bitcoiners will say, or people in the space, what if Michael Saylor buys all the Bitcoin and he doesn't leave any for us plebs? Oh no. Well, the Bitcoin advisor referred to Michael Saylor's strategy giant as the example, as I just referenced. The company has been regularly purchasing the world's pioneer in crypto since 2020. They were the first publicly traded company to put a biddy on the balance sheet. Now they hold close to 500,000 BTC, and they recently rebranded from MicroStrategy to Strategy B, with B being the Bitcoin symbol. And I already read you the high priest's recent tweet right here on why he believes Bitcoin is going to 2.2 million. And yesterday, make sure you watch the pod. If you didn't, you could go back and check it out. But we discussed the game theory and global hash war between the United States and Russia. And Max is ultimately saying there can only be one Bitcoin superpower in the form of a nation, and it could be the United States if Trump goes all in on Bitcoin. But if they don't, it could be Russia, it could be China, it could be the UAE. And also keep in mind, Bukele already got the first movers advantage with El Salvador, but they are a small nation. They only have just above 6,000 Bitcoin. So just to put that into perspective, Michael Saylor has 500,000 Bitcoin. BlackRock has over 600,000 Bitcoin, etc. You feel me? But anyways, the Bitcoin advisor Keiser has once again mentioned the ultra bullish prediction for the biddy price, and he has had several times made this earlier, dating back to December, as I shared with you, 2.2 million in play. He insisted Bitcoin is unique in the world and history of money, in which it is, since by definition there is no place even for a single failure in the way Bitcoin works. Never once has the network gone down, and it is the most secure network at securing data to ever exist in human history. Also keep that in mind. Thanks to the genius mind of the one and only Satoshi Nakamoto, Keiser expects the game theory to kick in 100%. Therefore, Bitcoin, he says, is likely to reach that 2.2 million target in the future without specifying any specific month or time frame. So you guys let me know what you think. When 2.2 million? By this Bitcoin game theory, Keiser may imply further adoption by nation states in the future and more institutions and states admitting Bitcoin as a reserve asset. So for example, let's break this down a little further. You know how Michael Saylor at the White House Crypto Summit on the 7th, a couple of weeks back, he proposed Trump buy anywhere from, I think it was 1 million to 5.5 million Bitcoin. Well, let's hypothetically say the United States decides to just go all in and do the 5 million Bitcoin, which would be roughly 25% of the circulating supply. Well, Russia's not going to be able to do the same thing. So it's very important. The timing is of utmost importance and significance right now for which nation is going to adopt the most Bitcoin. Because behind closed doors, all the nations must be having this conversation, central banks, etc. So you already know. And so far, the big step in adoption has been taken by the new U.S. president's administration, and they have begun forming the Strategic Bitcoin Reserve. Recently, Trump signed that executive order to make this happen, and Bitcoin will be solo for the Strategic Reserve. They separated the other altcoins, which I believe is Cardano, XRP, Ethereum, and there may be one other I'm forgetting. But nonetheless, they're going to be in the strategic digital asset stockpile for the United States. And the U.S. does already hold 200,000 BTC. But my understanding is Bitfinex owns 100,000 of those Bitcoin currently in the U.S. government's possession. This is according to Samson Mao, who really understands behind Bitfinex and what's really going on there. So what this really means is the United States isn't the current Bitcoin superpower. Put that into perspective. Is it, what did I say, South Korea or North Korea? It's North Korea. North Korea holds about 200,000 Bitcoin due to their Lazarus group, which is always stealing, however, these hackers steal the Bitcoin like they recently did with the Bybit exchange. It was like a $1.4 billion hack. So the United States isn't really even the largest Bitcoin holder when it comes to nation state adoption. And now South Korea is entertaining Bitcoin strategic reserve, China, Russia, etc. The UAE more recently announced that Abu Dhabi has like about a $500 million sovereign wealth fund of Bitcoin. So think of all the smart money, the whales, the sovereign wealth funds, the pension funds, the states, the state adoption. More than half the states of the U.S. is already moving towards Bitcoin adoption as well, whether strategic Bitcoin reserve, etc. So very bullish times, and that's why I bring all of this up. But you guys, let me know your thoughts. Where do you feel the pre-low biddy is likely to go? Do you think game theory hasn't even begun yet? And do you think we'll realistically hit 2.2 million, potentially even, for this cycle? Let me know your thoughts, and I'll read your comments out loud. And again, welcome everyone joining the Q&A segment of the live stream. J-Pal should be speaking right now, so we'll see. No China, bang, bang. I like the word game. I like the word theory. Game theory is a great term. I have a Bitcoin theory. I win because I have some. I love that. I have a FOMO for the USA. Side note, there's only 1.5 million Bitcoin left to mine. 1.1 million. The original Satoshi wallets never moved. 3.6 million estimated permanently lost equals 14 million in circulation. So 33% of all the available Bitcoin. Who's selling? Good point there. Supply shock incoming. You ain't seen nothing yet. Figured out I went the wrong route. So I got with JV and the Biddy fam and went all out. Amen. Yeah, so here's what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and end the YouTube transmission, but we're going to continue the stream on X and Rumble. So if you're on YouTube, you ain't got to go home, but you got to get the frick out of here. So head on over to the Rumble, rumble.cryptonewsalerts.net. Again, rumble.cryptonewsalerts.net. And let's get ready to rumble, shall we? Yeah. And so I'll pull up some of the live charts